Just as the Ballon d'Or was cancelled due to the unnatural state of the European football calendar this past season, all prediction results from myself and other creators have been deemed void. At least the creators that got more right than me, all of their results don't count, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm joking, come on now, I wouldn't rob you of an opportunity to laugh at my expense. Hey there, I'm Adrian from 1-800-SHIPPredictions.com, and let's take a look back at my Premier League predictions from this past season. I'm going to do it a little different this year. I figured instead of me going through my entire video and looking at all the things I got wrong and then all the things I got correct in order to feed my ego, my ego would be starving with the few predictions I got correct this past season. But I want to use this video to share the love for some other creators that in some cases probably don't even need my help, but if you aren't watching them yet, do consider checking them out. And no, I'm not trying to be some self-important white knight dude that's thinking, oh, these creators need my help, because they really don't, but they've put in some great work, and I think that deserves to be seen. Jimmy Conrad helped me out massively in my early YouTube journey, and I just want to pay that forward any way that I can through this video. But anyway, as far as going through all of my predictions and doing a scorecard of what I got right and what I didn't, as far as themes, players I thought would be prominent, and all of that, I'm kind of over that whole charade for this video. Just this one in particular. You guys just care about the table for the most part, so let's look at the table, and more importantly, let's see how my predictions compared to other creators. So let's start out with someone on Twitter. Not sure of his actual name, he just goes by the Match Predictor. His handle is @thematchoracle, and he has created a service where people can go and put in their picks for the entire table, and he has a scoring system that he uses in order to see how accurate people's picks were. And guys, I've linked to him in the description. Please go and give him a follow because he's providing a great service, and I have plans for us to do a community prediction league next season together. In essence, for every place that your guess was off by, that's how many points you get for that particular team prediction. The lower the score, the better. So, for example, I had Sheffield United in 20th, and on behalf of pretty much all creators, I apologize to Sheffield United. As you'll see later, almost all YouTubers had Sheffield United in 20th. So, with Sheffield finishing in 9th place, that would mean they added a whopping 11 points to my points total. They added a lot of points to a lot of people's points totals. And this year, the Match Predictor did his annual tweet comparing the scores of all of the influencers who did full table predictions on his site. And these are the results. By his metric, Statman Dave has won the second year running, followed closely by Jimmy Conrad and Matt HD Gamer. I was stinking up the bottom half with Sam's Army podcast and Spencer Owen of Spenny FC #boys. I deserve to be relegated and have my prediction rights revoked, but nah. Again, that would rob you guys of the opportunity to have a laugh at my pain. Also, I provide a very low benchmark to make you feel better about your own predictions. I'm doing you guys a service here. I am a martyr. Now, last season I did way better, tied for second place with 36 points. And this is what's really interesting to me because it speaks to how difficult it was to predict this season's Premier League. Look at the disparity between this season's scores, where Statman Dave won with 66 points this year, and last year he had just 30 points. His predictions were a full 36 points worse. My predictions were 42 points worse. That's crazy. West Ham, Everton, Watford, Sheffield United, all making people's scores drop, man. Or raise in the Match Predictor's case. So I was DMing with the Match Predictor to get the scoop on the EPL predictions, and the average score for people, that was 74. So that means yes, with a score of 78, I am officially below average at predicting this year's Premier League. From second to third from bottom. Great stuff. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, make sure you follow the link in the description to go follow the Match Predictor on Twitter and get acquainted with his or hers, their site, because I want to make a community league for the predictions next season so you guys can see how your predictions stack up to mine and each other's, and I'll of course have a prize for the winner. But that's getting way ahead of ourselves. Now let's look at another way of calculating how well different YouTubers did with their predictions. Many more YouTubers this time. This is Adrian up against a ton of other YouTubers here. So the field has really opened for me to get slapped around again. So here's another favor I want to ask you guys. The video I'll be using in this section comes from a YouTuber named Bain YT, who, yes, I've linked to in the description below to both the video in question, his channel, and his Twitter. The first thing I noticed in this video is that he would be an absolute fence sitter in Westeros, as he has the sigils of both Stark and Lannister in his room, but hey, that's fine. At least he's not a Daenerys simp, am I right? Alright, so now that I've lost most of the people watching this for that statement, let's look at Bain's scoring criteria. You get 5 points for every correct placement, 3 points if you're off by 1, 2 if you're off by 2, 1 if you're off by 3 or 4, and if you're off by 5 to 9, you are subtracted 2 points. If you're off by 10 plus, everyone with Sheffield, you lose 4 points, man. That's harsh, but we deserve to be punished for our stupidity. Again, go and check out the video. He's almost at 50 subscribers, so let's really help him out there, you know? He makes some solid Football Manager content, and he put a ton of work into a video where he actually simmed the Premier League 50 times in Football Manager and reported his findings. He did a buy, sell, loan, keep, or undecided tier list video on the Arsenal squad. Good stuff, if you're an Arsenal fan especially. So what I liked about his video is that we have a visual representation of where people went wrong. And so as mentioned earlier, you can see that Sheffield United was predicted not only to go down by all YouTubers besides just 2, but they were predicted to finish in 20th by all but 4. Thogdad, Matt HD Gamer, Reeve, and StuntPegg. Everton was also a big problem for people. They were predicted to finish top 7 by most, or at the minimum top 10, and they finished in 12th. Same with West Ham. Most predicted them to make top 10, but they of course had a near fatal season. Brighton was another popular choice for the drop that eluded a lot of people, and get this, the only YouTuber that predicted Liverpool would finish first with City in second was George Benson. Guy nearly nailed the top 4, so shout out to him. But he wasn't the overall winner via Bain's scoring criteria. No. That honor goes to Matt HD Gamer. Not Statman Dave this time. Matt HD Gamer, who just edged Thogdad on the basis of having more bang-on predictions than Thoggy Sr. Me, I finished in like the West Ham regions, you know? I avoided relegation thankfully, but a lot of change will be needed for next season in order to gain some respect from my peers again in the prediction league. Sad to see StuntPegg finish bottom of the table. She got relegated. She's a great creator, and in fact, why not go and sub to her, man? Okay, not a great showing with the predictions, but I mean, who cares? She makes extremely entertaining football videos that will surely make you laugh, and is all very refreshing content. Plus, you can join the 100K club as she's closing in on that silver plaque, man. She's days away from it. Maybe hours by the time this video goes up, I don't know. So yeah, that will do it on this video, guys. I guess just a last word on predictions. I used to get upset from people saying, hey, you're shit at predictions, lol, but I truly don't mind anymore. So fire away. No, but seriously, predictions are a really weird thing. I usually have an average of about 70% correct in the Champions League. Not sure what it was last year for the Premier League, so the Champions League will be my example for this. And there's just like a huge aspect of luck involved in predictions. Injuries, bad calls, etc. all play a huge role, and these incidentals can make or break your predictions. At the same time, there are also miracle aspects, for lack of a better word. For example, Sheffield. Nobody saw that coming, as you could see. Last year in the Champions League, I backed Ajax to get past Juventus. That was unpopular at the time, but they did it. That's actually a bad example of a miracle working to my advantage though, because Juve have not been fantastic the past couple seasons, and Ajax were fantastic last season. Oh, here. I backed Liverpool to get past Barcelona last year, and I still held some faith in them, turning things around in the second leg, but come on, man. When I first made that prediction video before the first leg, did I foresee them actually being able to pull off that 4-0 in the second leg? Of course I didn't. I didn't see them losing 3-0 in the first leg, and I definitely didn't see them winning 4-0 in the second after being 3-0 down. It was just a lucky result that went my way, but it was a correct result in the end, and all it did was just like feed the ego, you know? And since then, over the course of this past season, I've realized that these prediction videos, they're not for me. I don't really care about feeding my ego anymore. They're for you guys, you know? Football makes a fool of us all, and even if you get some predictions right, people are far more likely to remember your blunders anyway. They aren't going to remember the ones that you got right, that's for sure. I found my place on football YouTube, and I know that it's not as the predictions guy, you know? I'll leave that to the likes of Statman Dave and quite clearly Thog Dad. So I won't stop doing predictions just because I'm poor at them, or at least I was this season. I'll keep doing them because they provide a laugh for you guys, this year in particular. And like I said, I made it easy for you guys to at least have one person that did worse than you, right? Come on. But regardless, I want to thank you guys for the support this season. If you're new, well, this is a weird video to find me on, but if you are new and want some great predictions, be sure you do not subscribe to me for that. But go and subscribe or follow the people I've listed in the description below. Cool? Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go make some sausage and rapini pasta for my wife. Ciao!